Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about getting sick and is there an upside? So, sometimes getting sick is just awful and tough, but there often is a benefit. Sometimes our body is using getting sick as a council cleanup, doing it as a way of getting rid of rubbish or discarding toxins that have accumulated in the body. And sometimes it will use, a cold or a cough or a bug of some sort to assist that elimination process. So I guess it being okay with what is to be released and to feel like it's all right to let go of this stuff. Heart chakra. Sometimes we need to forget that it gets sick. We can be angry or disappointed or upset that happens. All right. So, first affirmation is I forgive myself. All right. Age 6 is attached to this one. Some stuck emotions from age 6. Feeling stifled. Uh, so, I once had a patient that was actually adopted, and she didn't know she was adopted for a time. But when she was told she was adopted, she said to me she felt like, yes, now I know why I don't get these people. So sometimes our family are not the same as us. Like some families are very much supportive and encouraging, and we feel part of, and some families we just feel like we're an alien that landed in the wrong place. So, with whatever the situation is, we're meant to be where we are, and even if we do feel like an alien, we're there to teach and to um, awaken people, I guess, to the possibilities or how things could be. Good morning, Elizabeth. All right, so something hiding in our C1. So C1 is the first vertebra just under the base of your skull. And where in your body is complaining? What's hiding in the C1 is more like physical things like nervous breakdown. So, when your body's just like stretched, your nervous system stretched beyond belief. So, these feelings can affect your sympathetic nervous system, your pituitary, your brain, and your middle ear. So, if other feelings upsetting that C1? The belief that I'm not supposed to be happy. Hello, Kathy. Okay, so your wrist. Okay. All right, so this is from Feelings Buried Alive Never Die, and under wrist is holding on to outmoded beliefs about life and self, imbalanced in giving and or receiving, doing overs on one or the other. So are you doing too much giving and feeling like your hands are tied? So something from age 5. All right, so now I'm going to go into the crown chakra. All right, I am a success even when things around me get tough. My worth is great. I see my problems as lessons of growth, not as failure. I am fun and spiritual. My family is safe. All right, so some underlying bacteria. So underlying bacteria in the spleen. So your spleen and your thymus gland are the two bouncers of your club, of your immune system. So I guess if one is sick, it's like the bad guys can get in the club because no one's standing guard. All right. Underlying is feeling irritated. So what are you feeling irritated about? All right. And also what's coming up is keeping things inside instead of sharing, letting go and creating change. So what is it that you're willing to let go of? All right, something else in the neck. So we're going to go into C3. All right, feeling insecure, experiencing low self-esteem. More feelings stuck in there too. Feeling shoved aside. All right, age 16. Feeling galled. So galled is like, how dare you? hide. How could that person do that? Or you could say it's bitterness. You feel bitterness about a situation. All right, Elizabeth mentioned not being good enough. And good morning, Elizabeth Gracia. All right. So when I was young, I had to teach a primary class, so it's like young children midweek. And in one of the lessons, it talked about a little boy's view of how he saw God making us, I guess. And he said, God never made no junk. So I think of that often. I think, sometimes we treat ourselves as if we were junk. We are angry at ourselves that we get sick or something goes wrong, or, our family isn't the way we want it to be, or the world isn't the way we want it to be. But you are the person that's supposed to be here now. We need you. You came to fight the battle. We love you. We want you. We want to support you. And you're part of our winning team. So we need you to be here. All right. So in the brow chakra, it's like the different phase is refinement. So I guess they talk about refining silver, and it has to get put in the flame until the impurities are burnt off. But it can't be left there too long or the silver is damaged. So it's like we are experiencing situations in which, the impurities are being burnt out of us, which is not a comfortable thing to do, but it is important for us to be refined. All right, my brain organizes and repairs itself each night while I sleep. I easily cut through any illusion and find the truth. So, what's the truth? Because often we're believing that we're flawed or that we're not good enough, which is not the truth. So it's like, where are you stuck? All right, so the value of joy. So it's like letting ourselves have joy. All right, so the highest vibration in life is joy. People who are joyous are the most fun and uplifting to be around. As we allow ourselves to be joyful, regardless of our achievements, imperfections, and failings, life truly brings the greatest happiness. So sometimes it's hard to get past where you feel stuck. All right, having joy along the journey is an amazing skill to master. It teaches us to look for the good in every situation. The more we can find the joy in each situation, the more skilled we become in noticing the beauty and exquisiteness of nature and people. It's like a muscle that we need to use to strengthen it. It is using more of our unconscious mind to open the conscious mind to all the opportunities to experience joy. After all, it is up to us to choose how we would feel. The continual practice of feeling joy inspires us to seek for the good things in life. Now, I can confess I struggle with that. Sometimes it's hard to see the good or to see the joy in the difficulties that we face. Do you feel like that too? All right. Others are okay if I'm happy. My vision boards and wish lists are concrete evidence of my body and spirit working towards that goal. I deserve happiness. I project a protective bubble so that I respond rather than react to situations and other people's reactions. My aura radiates at full energy. It is bright and energetic. It is intact, robust, and resilient. Some days we don't feel that robust and brilliant, do we? All right, I'm worthy of making the effort to change. I'm living my dream. I face any fear that arises through my growth and learning with faith. I trust myself. I'm putting my first step into the dark and have total faith in the light meeting me and lighting my path one step at a time. Right, my inner child is nurtured and brings joy and playfulness to my path. So sometimes there are things stuck from our inner child because they've had difficulties, but we need to be grateful to that inner child. It survived what difficulties it went through, and we exist on the back of that child. So, sometimes we have to talk to the child to see what they need. I know when I was being worked on years ago, my little child wanted sparkles, and I'm still like that. I can walk into a shop and I want to find the bling. So, whatever it is that your inner child wants, it might be a hug, it might need to play. Like, we want you to do that and honor your inner child. All right. I no longer see mistakes as failure. And let's add in there, I no longer see illness as failure. My family and I support each other through our growth and learning. As I bless the lives of others, I am blessed. My spiritual growth and my understanding of life are continually broadened and are reflected in the accomplishment of my goals. I love who I am and who I am becoming. Because it's about growth, isn't it? It's about changing who we are. Not that you weren't good or you weren't wonderful, but it's like God doesn't want us to stay where we are. He wants us to keep growing. He wants us to expand and to, um, you know, be and fulfill the measure of our creation, to be the most that we can be. All right, so a reaction to garbage. So sometimes our body's got rubbish to throw out. And, if we can't poo properly or we've got difficulty peeing, then sometimes our body uses our skin or our breath or our nose or our lungs or our joints or other ways to get rid of the rubbish. So often my body will eliminate through my feet. So it's like I'll get little spots and things. So it's like sometimes the exit ports aren't all open as well as they could be. All right. So what's coming up is the stomach. to the stomach needing minerals, so particularly zinc. Zinc helps make the bicarbonate layer around the lining of your stomach so that your own acid doesn't eat you. But in Australia, we don't have any zinc in our soil, so unless you're taking a supplement, you're not getting zinc. And also say I can digest my life. Sometimes we just feel like our life's got stuck in our throat and we can't swallow it or make sense of it. All right, so the skin comes up as well. Does your body use your skin to throw out rubbish? All right, so what's coming up now is parasites. So parasites can be physical, like worms and amoebas and, things like that. We commonly think of them being in our bowel, but they can be in our stomach, they could be in our lungs, they could be in our kidneys, they could be in our brain, could be anywhere. So there are, medicines that you can take to help clear parasites. Triplex is one. It's got cloves, wormwood, and green hulls of black walnut. You could also use like powder arco or cat's claw or olive leaf or um, thorn have like Anderson or um, mycosydin. There's other products like that that you could use to get rid of parasites. Sometimes colloidal silver will be the go. Some people drink salt water to help. We can use homeopathic remedies as well to help get rid of parasites. So it's probably important every so often to do a parasite cleanse. So there's a generational component to this as well. So on mum's side, so sometimes our family tree people have experienced people that are parasitic. So we could call like high maintenance friends or people that are always wanting and never giving, they're just taking. All right, I connect easily with life and the people around me. I easily see a higher purpose for every experience. All right, so we have to talk if we're going to talk about parasites, we're going to talk about boundaries. So, um, if you think about a castle with a drawbridge and a moat, and it's like when the enemy's coming, it's like, quick, put the drawbridge up. So sometimes with family and friends, we get very confused. Should I put the drawbridge up? Should I not? So we often err on the side of kindness with our family, and we'll put the drawbridge down. So then people can come in, they trash the castle, and they leave. But not only that, while the drawbridge is down, it's like viruses, parasites, fungal infections, bacteria, all these things can come in, even entities. So it's like learning who is safe and who is not. If you're talking about your skin, who gets under your skin, who sucks you dry. So it's learning with people like that you have to have very limited contact with them. You need to meet somewhere neutral, or you can send them a care package, or you can pray for them, but you don't necessarily let them in to come in and trash the castle. All right, so some generational baggage on parasites, which comes from mum's side of the family. So As mothers, often we allow our family to live off us, especially babies. That's how it starts, doesn't it? But it's like trying to teach our children to become independent and self-sustaining. And some kids are fantastic at that, and some people are terrible. So, it's also then comes into, how much do we save people? How much do we, pull people out of the poo and, pay up their bills or do things for them? There's times and places to do that, and sometimes we shouldn't. Sometimes we have to allow them to have their experiences to learn. So it is a hard call to know, how stronger boundaries you need to have with each person. All right, so back to the crown chakra. All right. I'm worthy of divine love and protection. So then your prayer and your meditation becomes very important, because it's like, okay, I can see this person's in trouble. I can see this person's wanting to suck me dry, but this is not helpful for them or for me. So it's like, okay, God, how do you want me to do with this person? And you might have to sit and think and meditate on what you would do with that person. And if you can't, get to them directly, then you go via God and you pray for them if you can't do something yourself physically. Right. I am enough regardless of what I own. I am enough regardless of how healthy I am. All right. I'm connected to my earth family and my heavenly family. Right. So what's coming up is believing fulfillment is somewhere outside myself. So then that makes us want to be searching everywhere to find fulfillment. All right. I remember I am always spiritually connected. I am free to create a new life that totally supports me. I know what to do to heal. The affirmation, sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. Sometimes we don't want to deal with other people or problems or even our own health. All right. My desires are not important. And that's not true, because it's like what you feel in your heart to do and be or go and have a go at is what God planted in your heart. And it's like it's your purpose and your mission. And it's like you chose. We want you to achieve it. We don't want you to give up. Reach out if you need help. We want to support you in being your best you. All right. A mistaken belief that I need to suffer. Now, suffering is good and bad. Sometimes we suffer through difficulties, and sometimes they're not through any fault of our own. Other people's bad choices, inherited difficulties, these can cause suffering. But we can choose to stay in the pain of the suffering, or we can choose to process it and grow. Now, it's easy for me to say that, and sometimes it's very hard to feel like we can process it, and it's a work in progress. It's not something you do for 5 minutes and then it's done. But you can choose to not stay in the suffering. You can acknowledge the suffering and acknowledge where that's stuck in your body. And if it's generational, we can clear that, but it's like you don't have to stay there. All right. I honor and love myself deeply. I choose to have a high, joyous vibration. So even in all the difficulties that we go through, there is always something funny. So I want you to look for the funny little things or for the pretty or beautiful little things despite the muck that you're in. All right, I'm remembering the higher purpose behind each event. My opinions and thoughts are valuable. And I'm also remembering the higher purpose behind each sickness that I have. What am I learning? What am I letting go of? All right, I am the only one who thinks in my mind. All right, I accept my body signals in perfect harmony and rhythm. I'm resolving and releasing all my problems. My spirituality has complete permission to flow through me unrestrained. I'm doing my part to bring my spiritual body and physical body together. Good morning, Margaret. I love changing and creating new things. I'm thriving, fueled by positive energy. All right. So speaking of positive energy, we're going to have a get together on the 21st of June. So that's for the local people. You're welcome to come. You're welcome to bring a plate or a friend. There's no charge. We just come along and we hang out together. So we want you to come. We want you to talk and we work through things. And often we find we have similar problems. It might not be exactly the same, but we can get stuck on similar things. So it's nice to have comrades in arms when we're going through difficult times. And sometimes we can feel that we're not good enough, or we can feel that, we don't want to deal with other people. And that's fair enough. Sometimes we just need silence or solitude to work through the things that are difficult. That's okay too. All right, so let's go into the first chakra. So right, so this first chakra deals with safety and security and survival and, belonging to your tribe or your family. Sometimes we don't feel like our family are the same as us, and that's okay. And we make our own little tribe or family with other people. All right, so your kidneys and adrenals can be involved here, and also your anus. So, what's a pain in the butt, huh? All right, so foot and leg pains and injuries. So, is anything happening in your legs at the moment? All right, difficulty maintaining a healthy weight. Poor boundaries, which we were talking about before. So, the oil balance comes up. So, balance is a beautiful oil. It smells delicious and it's very calming and grounding. Just going to find some affirmations. Thank you, Kim. All right. My thinking is stable as I reconnect to my peaceful roots. I reconnect myself to my primary goals. So, what are your primary goals? Health, happiness, spiritual connection. What are the things that are most important to you? All right. When the going gets tough, I find it easy to remain committed in relationships and tasks because I remember why I committed to them in the first place. Sometimes that's hard with some people. They make it really hard to love them. I have true perseverance and stay present with a plan until it has become embodied. All right. All right. I'm worthy of acceptance. And sometimes it has to start with our own acceptance of ourselves, isn't it? Like we can find 1,000 reasons not to accept ourselves. I love myself when I've lost weight. I love myself when I have money in the bank. I love myself when my family is perfect. Well, you can be waiting a long time. So let's love ourselves now. All right. I'm connected to my body. So our body is the place where our spirit lives, isn't it? So it's like we have to talk to our body and to allow it to speak to us and tell us where the energy is stuck. All right, and I love this one. I easily eliminate all that no longer serves me. Is it Marie Kondo? The lady that's the declutter lady. So it's like sometimes we have to declutter our space. Sometimes we have to declutter our head. It's like write everything down that's stuck in your head and we can work through things. You can have an energy work session if you need to, or you can, do some Ho'oponopono on letting go. Thank you for showing me this problem. I'm sorry for whatever part I may have contributed. Please forgive me and I love you. So I don't know, is there something else you need to let go of? Sometimes I feel like I need to let go of criticism. I can be self-critical, but I also can be critical of other people. It's almost like ingrained. Maybe it's the Italian or the Dutch, I don't know, but it's like instantly I want to criticize, but then it's like, wait a minute, why are you criticizing? So it's like overcoming these patterns that we have. 'Cause basically, we all want to improve, don't we? We want to be our best self. All right, I lovingly embrace my experiences with understanding and wisdom. So sometimes we've made mistakes in the past, which is fine. It's like accepting that mistakes are the way we learn. It's like, oh, well, that way didn't work. I have to learn another way to do that. All right, so having resentment stuck in our first chakra. I am created for joy. Now, maybe the circumstances in which you were born weren't ideal, but God didn't make any mistakes. You came at exactly the right time, and whether your family like it or not, you're here to teach them. And even if they're not as supportive as you would like to be, there are other people around that love you and support you. Allow them in your life. Invite a friend for lunch, go for a walk together, or, go to a movie or, listen to music together. Hang out with people that bring you joy. I'm connected to my feelings and process them easily. I am true humility. I'm approachable and receptive. It is safe to experience all of my emotions. I welcome them and process them as my body can tolerate them. Sometimes our feelings are very overwhelming. It can be intense and we can feel stuck and like we want to run away because we don't know how to deal with them. So it's like if you get stuck like that, you know, get help, book an energy work session. There's lots of energy people in our energy works group. If there's someone that you feel comfortable with, swap a session with someone. All right. I recognize my own true worth, because often we're judging ourselves on external things, but that's not you. All right. I am part of the whole. You are. You're part of yourself, and you're also part of the whole family of the world. All right. I have the power, strength, and resources to handle everything in my life. All right. So that's one's got a generational component. So dad's side, dad's dad, and the men. So that one goes back about 17 generations. So you're here to unchain the family. You're breaking these patterns that we don't need anymore. I choose to be successful. So success is about not giving up, isn't it? It's keep on trying, even though and success is not necessarily about money or about other things. It's about achieving things or improving within yourself, accomplishing small milestones in your life. That's success. Not giving up, keep moving forward. All right. And I think we did this one already. I choose to embrace and experience all of my emotions. I welcome them and process them as my body can tolerate them. All right. Now I'm asking, is there something that's preventing our body from tolerating them? All right. So generational, dad's dad again. And the men. 53 generations. Now, in some cultures, it's not acceptable for men to have feelings. It's not acceptable for men to cry. It's not acceptable for men to be soft. And, some families want to push that onto the lower, generations that, you have to be tough all the time. You can't let your feelings get to you. But actually, it's the opportunity to free things that have been in our body or in our family tree. All right. So just a little ad. So we've got our Energy Works Energy Works get together on the 21st of June, but we also have our next Energy Works on the 10th to the 12th of July. So if you're interested and you want to come and learn how to clear energy, please let me know. It's a 3-day, 9:30 to 4:30. And we supply the food, you have a manual, notebook, you just come along and you learn how to clear energy. Now, you may also have many other tools to do that. This is just another tool to put in your tool belt. And I have faith in you that you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's just up to us whether we're willing to trust the process. And for some people, that's a work in progress anyway. All right, so we also have in September an advanced energy work. So that's where we learn to do more muscles to test and work through some of the values and some epigenetics and some gene dysfunctions. And that's from the 4th to the 6th of September. All right. Anyone else got something that's complaining in their body or something else they'd like to bring up in the last few minutes? Let me know. Grateful to those of you that have braved the cold this morning and gotten up. Certainly is a bit chilly. And something in the 8th chakra, so it's a bit cold to stick your feet in the water, but even if you hold your pet or your pot plant or you go outside for a bit. And also, we can use Mother Earth to release all the negative feelings or the things that have been stuck. It's like allowing them to pass through our body. All right, so creative invention for the benefit of mankind. So each of you have this ability to create, and sometimes you have no idea that you do. All right, I love and respect the earth and every living creature on it. I partake of earth's resources with reverence and thanksgiving. All right. Well, thank you to those that were on the call. Thank you. Oh, here. So, right eye watering. Okay, so let's have a look at your eye. So, sometimes it's about things we don't like to see, isn't it? Feeling fear and anxiety. So, what are you feeling fear and anxiety about? Also, bacteria in your stomach. So, stomach meridian actually starts right at the center here. If you feel in the socket of your eye, there's a little ditch. That's stomach one. So it starts in here. So your eyes can definitely be connected. And we have gallbladder on this side, bladder on the inside, and triple warmer up here. So they're points that are connected to the eye. So other feelings stuck. Don't care what happens to me attitude. So sometimes we worry about everyone else, but not ourselves. The feeling of being in the wrong place. Sometimes we can feel, maybe we don't fit in our work or our family or with our neighbours. I don't know. There are places where we feel like we don't belong, but we don't want that to be a judgment of you. It's like, what am I learning from these people? All right, and some minerals are coming up, so let's have a look. Molybdenum. So molybdenum is, you can't say that easily, molybdenum is a trace mineral. So let me know, I can give you some. All right, also some amino acids. All right, tryptophan. So our body makes brain chemicals from tryptophan. So it can come in foods, often proteins. So you could Google where you get tryptophan from or look up a book. And I I don't think I can sell that one. You'd have to probably get that, like, from iHerb or somewhere else. Alright, more feelings hiding in there. Alright, repressed fears and emotions. So something from when you were age 5. So what did you feel when you were 5? The feeling of hopelessness is stuck in there. Right, how's that eye feeling now? So we're gonna plug in as if you've had some molybdenum and some tryptophan. So it's okay for me to take care of myself. So sometimes we can put ourselves to last, easy to happen. So it's like making sure that we're in good condition, then we can do more good in the world. We can help more people. John D. Martini would say, if you want to make more money, you need to serve more people. So it's like, and I know, Elizabeth, you serve a lot of people. So it's like allowing yourself to take care of yourself rather than only serving. All right. Well, thank you very much to those who are on the call. Thank you for getting up in the cold. I wish you love today. And if I was there, I'd give you a big hug. Um, I believe in you. I believe that you're here to do good and that there's no mistake you being here. You're here for a purpose. And whatever illness or thing that's bothering you is the opportunity for growth and learning. So allowing ourselves to enjoy that growth and learning. And sometimes growth and learning is hard, but it is important for us to grow. And if you look back, you've grown a lot. So keep on going. All right. See you.